All right. Well, today, this is Pearson talking. Today, I'm going to be drawing Pidgeotto for the sixth time today. Or not sixth time today, I didn't do it six times, but uh, for the sixth time this week. Tomorrow will be my seventh, and then I'm going to start the next evolution of Pidgeotto, which would be Pidgeot, which will have a lot cooler stuff going on. I'm just doing this as part of my New Year's resolution. And one of the New Year's resolutions was to start broadcasting either my artwork or me doing actual live drawing. And this is the closest I can get to at the moment. Otherwise, I'd like to live stream myself drawing and painting in my studio, but this is the closest I can get to at the moment. Unfortunately, I'm not savvy with the tech at the moment, so right now we're just going to be stuck with this. Oops. Just drawing away. I don't really have anything to say today. I got to go. I haven't really watched a lot of popular culture or listened to the news lately, so I don't have a lot of things that are interesting at the point. I did watch the movie Alien Covenant recently. I enjoyed that movie. It was pretty good. Um, Sometimes I get a little bit of suspension of disbelief on that, in the sense that that what makes it kind of weird is the whole concept of these Promethean or these space jockey or engineers created humans in the whole canon of Prometheus, but they created us in the movie millions and millions and millions of years ago, and you'd suspect that a a species that created us millions and millions of years ago would be millions and millions and millions of years ahead of us in technology, light years, just at the time of creating us in the whole alien coven or alien genre. And yet, when they are shown in the movie, they're not even technologically advanced. Like, what happened? Are they? Is it who directed it? James Cameron, or I don't remember. But whoever directed it is purposely hiding that information. Plus, the darn android, he's a evil son of a gun, huh? Gets he just does whatever heck he wants. He's very selfish. He likes shellfish. I mean, he's very selfish. So I'm just doodling around at the moment. I don't know. I have this idea that he's kind of like peacocking a little bit, or maybe a little bit more peacock. I don't know. I might just go back to what I normally do, which is I didn't even set my timer. I might just go back to like the generic design that I've been working at. Something that I'm like comfortable with, because clearly I'm at a loss when it comes to what to do with Pidgeot here. I think this kind of works. I don't know how I'm going to render the wings here. I'm just going to have to play around with that. It works as a gestural. Let's build it up from there. See what happens. Oh, that's way too small. Still way too small. Yeah, that's about right. That's a good width for a pencil. This is probably one of the more dynamic poses I have. Pidgeotto draw. I'm kind of like taking some visual license here. I'm kind of making Pidgeot more like an eagle with a stronger beak, a stronger curved beak, and more angular in feel. Just working out the kinks here. Although it's coming off that it's going to be a large. She's going to be larger than I anticipated. Like the whole body of Pidgeot, so that's going to have to be changed. So I'm kind of playing around here. This is a new design, like a new approach for me. I never really tried uh, a fully winged, expanded out Pidgeotto. And it's probably not going to be successful at all, but I'm just going to keep going. And part of it, the problem is when you're using these references, they don't. There's not a lot of them in action. There's all like I find a bunch of the same photos of Pidgeot, and which is all fine if you're trying to copy a photo of Pidgeot, but when you're doing it, when you're trying to figure out like the fake cartoon anatomy of Pidgeot, it makes things difficult. And I guess maybe I'm overthinking it. Um, I am kind of overthinking it, to be honest. You're like, what is the structure of this bird here? You know? I don't remember what he looks like. Right? What's the structure of Pidgeot? And so what I need to do, since I don't have access to um, a photo right now, I'm going to have to look one up. So I can kind of get an idea of um, what he looks like, what the bird looks like a little bit. Because I forgot. Like I have a generalized version. Okay, so they have. I understand what's going on. My image. I'm I think I understand what's going on. That's a little better. Okay, I didn't have any images, but now that I'm looking at one on my iPhone right now. I have a better idea what the bird looks like, imaginary, right? We're gonna group these so that actually we're just gonna delete this so I don't, yeah, I don't have to have a group. And we will move Pidgeot to the side a little bit. Who cares what the wing looks like? Let's put on fake. Let's imagine that this is a wing, right? You can see the top of the back. So we're imagining a wing, I guess. Just trying to map things out, how I'm kind of imagining what this bird looks like flying. Or at least kind of gliding, I guess. I think I'll have more success making it appear that the bird's gliding. Transforming. Okay, so now we kind of understand what the wings look like on this side. Just kind of drawing through so I can kind of get an understanding, perspective. I think that might be a good, like, extreme foreshortening. I don't know. That feels right. I think that'll probably be good. Kind of use it as an example for foreshortening. Okay, so now let's go back to this character again. Zoom in and start adding some more descriptive lines on the bird, on Pidgeotto a little bit. So he's got those like powerful dreads, you know, interesting little dreads going on there. I don't know if I like that curve. Let's take that curve out and do it again. And we probably, what we could do, we'll just do something like this. We'll alter it. There we go. And then he's got that little space that goes into his wing here. How much time do I have left on this? Ooh, 23. Let's do a little quick stretch, a little quick sketch of what the shape of the wing might look like. Yeah, we'll do something like that. And then we'll do a little shoulder joint. Just kind of play that around with that. Yep, and that's what we'll do. So I was been pondering that movie, Alien Covenant, all day. Spoiler alert: people die. No, I don't want to talk about it. It was very interesting, very cerebral role. A lot to think about. Almost like totally, it really set up to be to have another addition to the movie. Like you want to know what happens to everyone, people that are able to live in the whole show, and you're just trying to. It's really interesting to see. I don't like that. That really does look. It looks like a chicken wing. Thing is, you want to. I have to exaggerate the top of this wing, because otherwise it's not gonna look right. Um, I'm having this issue where if I do like correct foreshortening, it's gonna look not like a wing, but like just kind of like this shape. So I'm playing around with that, and again, drawing wings is not really my skill set. I don't think it really is much of anyone's. Maybe what we'll do is do a little bit of a no, that won't work. I don't like the way that's looking. How can I make it look like it's diving? You know, I got to figure out where the other part of the wing is. And I think it's somewhere like right here. And that is worse. Well, this is one of the things why I don't like doing new positions. I'm really not adept at like changing things. So I'm kind of learning, but you know, how long do you want to spend on this, right? You know, use this thing. I never used this before. Whatever. Anyways, let's get this out. Uh, Still working on the wings here. I'm just trying to imagine like the backside of this area, and am I going to see prospectively? Am I going to see even this side of my bird's wing? And I think we're going to see something like that. We'll just do that. I think that'll be best because we're going to catch. Yeah, that seems about right. Okay, let's add a layer. Let's move the layer up. Group this. We'll go. This gives us a little transparency. And let's just kind of ink this bad boy before I start getting crazy. Okay, I'm gonna adjust this roundness. Great. Okay. All right. That's good. I think spacing needs to be space random isn't no. We don't want it that random. And I'd like to have it hard. No. I think there's a reason why I didn't have it hard last time. Solid? No. Sharp? And this is great. I'm having to mess around with my brush because I had it right a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. No. Roundness. Too thick. Rotation space. I think that's getting closer. Less roundness. Rotation randomized. Spacing. Space randomized. I do not know what I originally had. No, no. How'd you get it? Oh, that stupid pen. Well, anyways, I'm trying to get my. This is what happens when you have a kind of a made-up pen. See that my original pen that I made seemed uh, less of what it was. It felt more textural, and I've been trying my best to capture it forever, but I haven't been able to. And it's been quite aggravating, actually. Whoa, there we go. Like I don't recall the round. I don't recall it being like. And again, I'm having issue. I don't think I'm going to get this done in the time allotted. I'm dealing with technical issues with a stupid eraser here. It's quite aggravating. Do, do, do. Why is it not random? Where's my brush puck? Wow. This is aggravating. I'm open to ears. Anyone can tell me what I'm doing wrong here. Maybe leave a little note. I don't think I had that opacity like that. I think that might be close. We'll save it. It's an okay brush. All right. I think we're back in action. We'll just delete this layer. This whole video was me just messing around with my brushes. I'm not going to spend any more time on this. I have things I got to do, but I will get some done. That's not what I wanted, but it's closer to the kind of like pen stroke that I liked. And I just deleted that layer with, my pinky. It's one of the benefits of having a tablet that, yeah, this is closer to the brush that I like, although it's a little bit more jagged than I would like it to be. And it might be because I've also set the pixels higher on this, so I'm probably catching more detail than I'm used to. That might be the case. Right? Who knows, man? Do 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 do. Yeah, it is. It's like going one stroke below is too small, so I think the 4 is probably the smallest I can go without it being like a minuscule line. I still think this pencil needs to be modified again. I might copy it, but it still feels uh, nice and sketchy, which I kind of like. Oh, dude, this kind of sucks. This is going out into an area that I'm not really satisfied with. And this is the kind of thing that you don't want to ever broadcast as your drawing fails, essentially. In this case, I failed royally just trying to get a decent brush. Although this is still too pixely. It's choppy. It's kind of like a dry ink set or dry ink brush. Right? That's what it feels like to me. And unfortunately for today, I'm not going to finish this drawing. I should have not been so nitpicky with my brush and try to adjust it. Some days I thought that I could have finished, I could have remedied my problem in like 30 seconds, but I was becoming really picky with my brush settings and just didn't like what I was having. And so that's why you get stuff like this that occurs. Incomplete drawings. Still got like a few minutes before I'm going to call it, you know. Just enough to get the head in there. Just enough to get that head. Although there's some qualities of this, I don't mind the extra scratchy feel that I have here. I think the problem is I have is with kind of like the spacing of this brush. It's not spaced far enough that I'm comfortable, and for some odd reason I couldn't get the jitter or the variation on the texture the way that I wanted it. Normally how I usually have it, and that was bugging me out for a while. So he looks too much like a penguin. What's the I should have a transparency on this. Anyways, that's all I'm going to get done today. I want to say thank you for anyone that was actually viewing, and probably only had like one at most. But really do appreciate it, and I'll work. I don't think I'm going to work on this one. I'll just, take it as a loss. Say that I did learn some stuff, and maybe I'll be able to manipulate this brush a little further. Please follow me on my social medias if you ever have time. I guarantee you they're much more interesting than these prolonged videos of me failing in digital art. Um, but thank you again. All right, appreciate it.